Think back to a time when you were in a group setting and someone asked a question to the group. And as you sat there and thought about how you were going to answer that question, someone else in the group answered it first. And they answered the question in a completely different way than how you would have answered the question. What's interesting about this scenario is how it highlights the influence of our peers, it highlights our desire to fit in, and it highlights how when somebody says something that's different than what you were going to say, we make adjustments to our answer based on how someone else responded first. And as we take this application and we apply it to life, so often people are going to say things, and so often we're going to adjust our answer, our truth, our position based on what someone else has to say. Someone else's answer doesn't make it true. People are going to say all kinds of things. People are going to say harsh things. And harsh words don't define you. What you tell yourself does. You're going to come across people of influence throughout the course of your entire life. People who have a large platform, the biggest voice. And I'm talking about the people specifically who attack, who target. I'm talking about bullies. They're always going to be there. This is a part of life. Life's a tough teacher. Allow life to teach the lessons along the way. And along the way, when you're called out, along the way, when you're picked last, these things don't paint you into a box. These situations don't limit who you are. Along the way, you get to decide how you're going to show up. And you can show up angry, you can show up bitter, and that's part of the healing process as you work through this. But life doesn't have to stay stuck. You have options to move forward. And the strength to move forward, this strength comes from you. You're more than what you've been told. The real limitation is in what you tell yourself, in what you're willing to accept. So take a minute and think about the most positive thing that you've ever heard or ever believed about yourself. Find that one thing that made you feel proud at one point in your life. Whatever that is, as you think back and you uncover that one self-truth, what I want you to do every morning when you wake up and every night before you go to bed, stand in front of a mirror and say out loud back to yourself that one truth. I am good enough. I am loved. I am whatever it is. That one thing that you're proud of, that you know is true about you. I want you to own it. I want you to say it. And I want your voice in your life to be the loudest voice, the biggest voice of influence that determines who you are. Your self-truth could be your only stability, your only hope. And one last thought. When we keep hope alive, possibility becomes available.